Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar. It's where Muslims all over the world get together and they fast from sunrise to sunset. It's not just about keeping away from food and drink all day, but it's actually about kind of giving back to the community, doing some really good charity events, helping others. And I think most importantly, kind of focusing on yourself and having that time for reflection, just focusing on your recovery journey. My top 5 tips really would be to have lots of practice runs before the month starts. It's a good idea to kind of reduce your use, to understand your urges, triggers, any cravings that are happening, just to kind of see where you are with your tolerance levels, which means then you can speak to your GP and RC and put plans in place to feel better physically and psychologically. I think the most important thing about doing a practice run before Ramadan begins is to just really take time to rest, reflect and review and have that conversation with your RC so that there's plenty of time to start Ramadan in a way where you just feel fully prepared. Tip number 2 would be to set realistic goals, not being too hard on yourself, and remember that if you lapse, you can just reflect and just start again. Be around people who can motivate you. Ideally, you want to set 1 or 2 small goals. Recovery is a journey. It can take months, if not years, and you might not be able to stop altogether in Ramadan. I think the key point is just that it's a stepping stone towards a healthier lifestyle. Tip number 3 would be to have a really inclusive, supportive network. Identify kind of helpful people around you, family members, neighbours, friends. Ramadan is a really, really social time. You have kind of community worship and there's lots of charity events that are happening. The key message is to kind of keep yourself busy, stay motivated and on track. Quite often people that do use substances fear being judged, and it's just remembering that actually everybody's on their own journey and just to have those people around you that can understand you. Tip number 4 would be looking at coping strategies with your RC. Remember the RRRs and be aware of unhelpful and negative thoughts and learn to accept them without being hard on yourself. Ramadan is a really blessed but really, really tiring month. Rest, take it slow, and think about what other things you can do instead to divert your thoughts away from it. Again, I'd say speak to your GP and your recovery coordinator around any medication that you're taking and if it's safe to reduce these. Tip number 5 is relapses and rewards. There will be people that might not be feeling very sociable and quite isolated or feel lonely. It's about reaching out to your support group. Ramadan is for everyone and everybody has their own battles that they're dealing with. If you relapse, I think the biggest message is just get back on it and replace it with a good thought or a good deed. So you could do that by donating to charity, doing something good for somebody, volunteering at an event. Life is about dealing with the ups and downs but in a constructive way, and know that there is a reward in every step you take on this journey.